You have been stopping at charging stations your whole driving life, or watching someone else stop, and quietly, somewhere in the back of your mind, you accepted it. You told yourself it was fine. You told yourself 20 minutes was nothing. You grabbed a coffee, you stretched, you watched the percentage climb, and you called it progress. Because it was progress. Compared to what we had before, it was remarkable. A car that ran on electricity, charged on a network that actually worked, with range that actually got you somewhere, that was real. That was a leap. And if you own an EV today, or if you've ever seriously considered one, you know that feeling. The quiet satisfaction of plugging in at night and waking up to a full charge. The small pride of never stopping at a gas station. You built your life around that rhythm. You believed in it. Here is what Toyota just proved that rhythm is built on. A liquid. A flammable, temperature-sensitive, degradation-prone liquid sitting inside every single battery pack you have ever charged, in every EV you have ever admired, in every car the EV industry has ever called the future. And that liquid is not a minor engineering footnote. That liquid is the ceiling. The hard limit, the reason your fast charge still takes 20 minutes and not 2, the reason your range estimate drops in January, the reason the battery in your car today will not perform the same in year 8 as it did in year 1. You didn't buy a limitation, you bought what was possible, but what was possible just changed. If that just shifted something in your thinking, stay with this video, because the rest of what you're about to hear is worse. For 15 years, the EV world had one rule. If it wasn't Tesla, it didn't matter. Tesla invented the modern electric car. Tesla built the Supercharger network. Tesla wrote the software that every other EV company is still trying to copy. That was not hype. That was fact. The proof was in the charge times, the range numbers, the navigation that automatically routed you through superchargers without you asking. Tesla made electric vehicles feel like something you could actually live with, not a compromise, a choice. And then, quietly, in a lab in Nagoya, Japan, Toyota changed everything. What they built is not an improvement, it is not a tweak, it is not a software update. It is a battery that charges in 10 minutes, lasts over 1 million miles, and cannot catch fire. And it's coming to market right now. Tesla didn't see it coming, and neither did you. This video is about the most important battery ever built, and the company you never expected to build it. Toyota is not known for being first. Toyota is known for being right. When every other automaker rushed into EVs in the 2010s, Toyota held back, not because they didn't understand electricity, but because they were waiting for a battery technology they believed was coming, that the rest of the industry said was impossible: the solid-state battery. And in 2024, Toyota announced it had cracked it. What that means and why it terrifies every EV company on Earth is what we're going to break down today. But before we go any further, ask yourself something. If the 20-minute charging stop you accepted as normal turned out to be completely unnecessary, not a technical constraint, but a design limitation that was always solvable, how would that change the way you think about the car sitting in your driveway right now? Hold that question, because the answer comes later, and when it does, it lands differently than you expect. To understand why this is such a big deal, you need to understand what's wrong with the batteries we use today. Every EV on the road right now, Tesla, BMW, Hyundai, BYD, uses a lithium-ion battery. And lithium-ion batteries have one fundamental flaw: they use a liquid electrolyte. That liquid is what carries the charge between the anode and the cathode. Think of it like blood moving oxygen through a body. The charge doesn't jump through empty space, it travels through a medium. And in every lithium-ion battery ever mass-produced, that medium has been a liquid. A carefully engineered liquid, yes, a precisely formulated liquid, but a liquid. And that liquid is flammable. It's why EV fires are so hard to put out. It's why batteries degrade faster in cold weather. It's why charging too fast damages the cell. When you push current through that liquid too quickly, it heats up. When it heats up, it becomes unstable. When it becomes unstable at a certain threshold, it doesn't just stop working, it ignites. The liquid electrolyte is the single biggest limitation of every EV battery ever built. It is not a flaw that engineers missed, it is a flaw that engineers accepted because they had no alternative. Now, what if you replaced that liquid with a solid? A ceramic or polymer material that conducts electricity just as well, but doesn't burn, doesn't freeze, doesn't degrade at high speeds. Picture a road made of ice versus a road made of concrete. Both get you from point A to point B, but one fails in heat, cracks under pressure, and disappears when conditions change. The other just holds. That is the difference between liquid and solid electrolyte. One is engineered around its own instability, the other simply does not have that problem. That is what a solid-state battery is, and scientists have known it was theoretically possible since the 1970s. The problem was, nobody could build one at scale. The solid materials that could conduct electricity well enough kept cracking under charge cycles. The interface between the solid electrolyte and the electrodes would degrade after a few hundred uses. The manufacturing process required tolerances that industrial production lines simply couldn't maintain consistently. It was one of those rare problems in engineering where the theory was proven and the math was right, and every simulation pointed toward a breakthrough, and the physical world just kept refusing to cooperate. Until Toyota. Toyota has been working on solid-state batteries since 2006. 18 years of research, over 1,000 patents filed, more than any other company on Earth. While the rest of the industry was celebrating lithium-ion improvements, squeezing out an extra 50 miles of range, shaving 3 minutes off charge times, Toyota was in Nagoya working on a problem that most of their competitors had quietly decided was someone else's problem to solve. There is a particular kind of institutional courage required to spend 18 years on a technology that your competitors are calling impossible. It requires leadership that is willing to explain to shareholders year after year why a division is filing patents on something that hasn't produced a single sellable car. It requires engineers who are willing to dedicate careers to a problem they might not solve in their working lifetime. Toyota did that, quietly, consistently, and without announcing it until they had something real to show. In 2023, they revealed what they had built. A solid-state battery that delivers 745 miles of range on a single charge, a full charge from 10% to 80% in under 10 minutes, a lifespan of over 30 years of daily use, zero fire risk. The solid electrolyte cannot combust, a cell that is 20% smaller and 40% lighter than an equivalent lithium-ion pack. Let that land for a moment. 745 miles, charged in 10 minutes, for 30 years, without burning. The longest-range Tesla today, the Model S Long Range, goes about 405 miles, takes 20 to 30 minutes for an 80% supercharge on a V3 charger. Battery capacity starts degrading meaningfully after 8 to 10 years. Toyota's battery doesn't just beat Tesla, it makes Tesla's battery look like a prototype, not an unfair prototype, a first-generation prototype that got its purpose and got the industry to a certain point, but a prototype nonetheless, the kind of thing that gets displayed in a museum 10 years after the technology that replaced it becomes standard. And Toyota announced their first solid-state EV will reach consumers in 2027. Not a concept, not a prototype, a production car, on sale, at a Toyota dealership. Think about what that means for you personally. If you are planning to buy an EV in the next 2 years, the question you are asking yourself is not which current battery is better. The question is whether you want to be the person who bought the last generation of a technology 1 year before the next generation arrived. That is not a hypothetical. That is a purchasing decision with a real answer and a real timeline. What does the person sitting across from you at the dealership, the one who knows this, say when you're deciding? Here's what the battery companies don't want you to realize. Tesla's entire competitive advantage, the Supercharger network, exists because lithium-ion batteries are slow to charge. The Supercharger network is not a product, it is a solution to a problem created by the liquid electrolyte inside every battery Tesla has ever shipped. If your car charges in 10 minutes, you don't need 40,000 supercharger stations positioned like an interstate rest stop system. You need a regular fast charger at any gas station. Tesla's $8 billion infrastructure investment becomes less valuable overnight. Not worthless, but no longer the moat it was designed to be. CATL, the world's largest battery manufacturer, has spent billions perfecting lithium-ion production. Their machines, their supply chains, their workforce, their pricing power, all of it is calibrated for lithium-ion at scale. If solid-state goes mainstream, their entire manufacturing base is not just outdated, it is a liability. The machines that build lithium-ion cells cannot be retooled for solid-state production. The supply chains are different, the materials are different, the tolerance requirements are different. This is not a software update for CATL, this is a demolition. Panasonic, LG Energy Solutions, Samsung SDI, same story. The entire global battery supply chain, worth over $150 billion, was built around a technology that Toyota just made obsolete. And Toyota isn't alone anymore. QuantumScape, backed by Volkswagen and Bill Gates, is racing to the same finish line. Solid Power, backed by BMW and Ford, is already in pilot production. Samsung SDI announced their own solid-state cell for 2027. The race is on, and Tesla is behind. Not slightly behind, structurally behind, because there is a meaningful difference between being second in a race where everyone is running the same track and being second in a race where the track itself changed shape while you were mid-stride. To be fair, Tesla knows this is coming. In 2022, Elon Musk said Tesla was working on its own solid-state battery. They acquired Maxwell Technologies, a company with dry electrode patents. The 4680 cell, Tesla's new battery format, was supposed to be a step toward this future. But here's the problem. Tesla's 4680 cell is still lithium-ion. It's a better lithium-ion cell, a more efficient one, a cheaper one, but it still uses liquid electrolyte. It still burns. It still degrades. Tesla is building a better version of a technology that is about to be replaced. And the uncomfortable thing about that is that it's not irrational. Building a better lithium-ion cell makes sense if you believe solid state is still 5 years away. It makes complete financial sense. You optimize what you have, you reduce cost, you improve margins, you keep the business healthy while you develop the next thing. The problem is, Toyota just moved the timeline. This is what happened to Nokia when the iPhone came out. Nokia was building better phones, better buttons, better antennas, better hardware. Their devices were more durable than the original iPhone. Their battery life was longer. Their signal was stronger. By every metric that the previous decade of mobile phone competition had used to declare a winner, Nokia was winning. And Apple changed what a phone even was. They didn't build a better Nokia, they asked a different question. They said, what would this device be if we started from a completely different assumption about what it was for? And the answer they got made every previous assumption about what made a good phone irrelevant in a single keynote. Toyota is doing the same thing to the battery, not building a better EV, building a different kind of EV, one that the EV industry as we know it was not designed to compete with. Because you cannot compete with a 10-minute charge time by making your 20-minute charge time feel more pleasant. You cannot compete with 30 years of lifespan by offering a better warranty on an 8-year cell. You cannot compete with a battery that cannot burn by adding more fire suppression systems to a battery that can. The category has changed. The rules that the category was playing by have changed, and the companies that built their advantage on those old rules now have to decide whether they adapt or whether they spend the next decade becoming the Nokia of EVs. History is full of moments where the patient company, not the fastest, won. Toyota spent 18 years on this battery while everyone else called it impossible. They filed over 1,000 patents. They built a manufacturing process nobody else had the patience to build. They did it without press releases, without countdown clocks, without a single CEO tweet that moved a stock price. They did it the way Toyota does most things, by deciding what they believed was true and then working toward it without stopping to check if the world agreed. And in 2027, when you can walk into a Toyota dealership and buy a car that charges in 10 minutes and drives 745 miles, the EV industry will never look the same again. The charging infrastructure debate will be different. The range anxiety conversation will be different. The insurance actuarial tables for EV fires will be different. The resale value calculus for a car with a 30-year battery will be completely uncharted territory for every used car market on Earth. Tesla built the EV era. Tesla made it real, made it desirable, made it something a person who had never thought about environmental policy could fall in love with on a test drive. That is a genuine, historic achievement that belongs to them regardless of what happens next. But Toyota might just be the one to end it. Not end electric vehicles, end the era defined by the constraints of lithium-ion. End the era where charging time was a conversation. End the era where battery fires were a statistical risk worth managing rather than a physics problem worth solving. End the era where the ceiling was liquid. The story you just heard is the version that doesn't make it into press releases or earnings calls. It's the version built on patents and material science and 18 years of a company deciding that the impossible was just unsolved. That's the only kind of story worth following. And if you want more of it, the Dravexa community is where people who think this way come to find each other. Subscribe, because the next story is already built, and it changes the question.